Hi guys. Oh wow. I thought I was gonna drop you this note based on my current reading. This book by Dr. Carol S. Dweck. I hope I pronounced it right. I do apologize, Dr. Carol, if I did pronounce it wrong. But what is it? It's obviously been talking to you about this whole topic of emotional education. What are the underlying issues that's creating challenges and difficulties being a school-based educator. And there's something I've observed in my child. She was a bit of a perfectionist, very academically orientated, very keen. I'll give you an example. As soon as you walk through the door, come back from work, she doesn't wait for you to settle down. She goes, right, Daddy, come with me. She would take me straight into the living room, sit down, says, look, I got this new book, we've got to read it now. So all the teachers were like, wow, this child's fantastic, and so forth. But it wasn't something I was observing in terms of her homework, and it's this: if she gets something wrong and you try to correct it, she gets very upset. You might say to yourself, well, that's children, they don't, that's where they are. But no, this was quite particular. Yes, she's 7 years old, but having said so, you should be able to take some kind of corrections still. Especially knowing that, thinking, well, my dad here, he's in education, he knows something, which he does know, and is very aware of it, and actually seeks my help. However, if she makes a sentence, constructs a sentence, and you give her one that's grammatically better, there is an issue with it. So in terms of actually changing what she's written, is not so much the problem, it's actually accepting that, well, there's something better than what you've come up with. She sort of looked at it as almost like, well, you're undermining me, and it wasn't like a one-off, it's a persistent pattern. So it was actually in reading this book, I thought, okay, wow, suddenly something's beginning to make sense. So in this, one of the things Dr. Carol Dweck talks about is the mindset, i.e. there are some people for whom they thrive on challenge of something different, i.e. actually thrive on, okay, I made a mistake, how do you go about and improve on it? And there are those that, how do I avoid mistakes? And that was the element I was beginning to find in my daughter. So yes, she's academic, she's fantastic, she's bright, and I love it. It's like, wow, but trying to get that progression step. So in one of the researches Dr. Dweck spoke about, I actually came across this in an inset and didn't realize it was actually taken from this. It says what you typically find is that in the classroom, you give out work. So you give a scenario with 3 different levels of work: very easy, very middle, and very challenging. And what they found was that those students, or those pupils who are tagged with the gifted and talented, instinctively went for the easiest work. The reason being is to maintain that tag of gifted and talented, you could not be seen to fail. You had to be right all the time. And then you find those students who were maybe not academically performing that well, they chose the more challenging work. They found it stimulating. They found it's the learning process that they enjoyed, had a passion for. Whilst those who were gifted and talented, shall we say, focus more on proving their talent, showing the world that, wow, I am talented. I wouldn't necessarily say that's the case with my daughter and try and say, I want to show the world I'm talented. She's not that way orientated, but in terms of her attitude, where I was thinking, wow, why you, what's the problem here? I realized that's possibly what may be going on in the background. I'm saying this for those of you who are teachers, teaching assistants, to sort of open your eyes and be aware what may also be going on in the background, why a child may be resisting the work you're trying to get them to do, or like, oh, you're done the first work, fantastic, this looks good, you marked it, give them excellent feedback, and you're trying to give them something more challenging, and they're holding back or not wanting to do the work. So it's to draw your attention to this. It's a good read, and a lot more information in it than I've actually conveyed in this very short space of time. So please look it up. Certainly you may come across it in some of the insets you'll be doing. For you, those of you who are teachers, educators, parents, again, great read for you to look at. Is there an issue? I'm not saying there's an issue with the child, but is there a challenging element? What kind of mindset have they got? Is my child one with a growth mindset or one with a fixed mindset. Fixed by meaning like, okay, this is the way it's done, don't want to change it, don't want to be seen to be wrong, okay, all right. It's not like permanent, it's not DNA burnt in, it's something that can actually be taught a child to gain a growth mindset. And certainly something I'm working with my child now, to try and get them to see what actually is fine to fail. It's actually okay to do something wrong and try and improve on it. After all, daddy got to where he is by making so many mistakes. You see me make mistakes all the time. I might say something, you turn around and say to me, well, that's wrong actually. And I'll say, yeah, actually, you know what, you're right. So, and it's actually, I'm actually enjoying that process, going through that, my child, and trying to get them to see that people do make mistakes and you actually do learn from mistakes. And I look at her expressions and you can see that that concept is something she doesn't necessarily like hearing, but to some extent, because she likes absorbing information, she sits there and actually listens to me and then asks relevant questions. So it's good, yeah. So I think I'm making some changes. I hope I'm making some changes. In fact, I believe I'm making some changes. And so once again, something I thought I'd drop and share with you guys. Okay, whatever you're doing, have a nice day. Be good. Take care. Bye.